conditions currently in Port Elizabeth. It is the boom time for the local economy, but indications are that this year will not be as good as last year for local businesses. But there is still a New Year phase to go. Well, SABC News reporter Zolani Moya dropped in at the beach for the latest.
This is where thousands of holidaymakers have gathered here in large numbers. However, the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality is expected to announce their contingency plans for this festive season. With me here I have the executive producer, who is the executive director for arts and culture and sport. Ma'am, firstly, holidaymakers have gathered here in large numbers. As you see behind me, what are your expectations? If you could just give us a general overview since the 16th of this month.
Thank you, Zolani. On the 16th of December, we opened the summer season in Nelson Mandela Bay, and in one day we saw in excess of 60,000 people in one venue at Hopi Beach celebrating the summer season. That has always been the trend in Nelson Mandela Bay, where holidaymakers as well as the local people enjoy themselves, ushering in the summer season. But in terms of our plans, we've got a water safety plan, we've got a safety and security plan, which includes traffic management as well as disaster management. All those plans have been approved by the municipality, and we are monitoring those plans on a daily basis.
I see that most of your beaches have been declared, like have been given a blue status, blue flag status, let me put it that way. What is the procedure? I'm sure you must be happy.
As a city, we are elated with the blue flag status. We've had 3 blue flag status for 3 beaches over the past 5 years. But in the current financial year, we have added 2, which is Blue Water Bay as well as Wells Estate. Those at the moment are pilot beaches. That means that we still have some work to do to make sure that we get to the pilot, we move from the pilot stage to the full blue flag status. That means that we have reached an international standard in terms of water safety in our beaches, in terms of waste management, in terms of environmental education, which means that we are able to compete with other countries in terms of our beaches, but also international tourists feel safe in Nelson Mandela Bay and enjoy themselves.
Are you guys likely to deploy more police officials, if I may put it that way, or more lifeguards?
We have deployed 61 lifeguards in our 11 beaches in Nelson Mandela Bay, and we move them around in terms of our business according to schedule. But the likelihood is that from next year we are going to train more lifeguards. We see the need of training more lifeguards. But beyond that, in terms of water safety, the city has invested a lot of money in water safety equipment, like rubber ducks and other life-saving equipment, which we have deployed in all our beaches to make sure that our bathers are safe. We also have several agreements with a number of external organizations like NSRI as well as the police to assist us monitoring through helicopters and other facilities throughout the metro.
Not only that, but seemingly, if you can just talk about the drownings, which has become a major challenge, for the city. What plans do you guys have in place to make sure that you deal with that issue?
Throughout the years, Zolani, our water safety plan has been implemented without any deviations. And in our monitoring and review of our water safety plan, it has yielded the required results. But this year we seem to have a number of drownings in the city. But I can say that we have warned beachgoers about the weather in the city with the red tide. We have warned beachgoers as well as bathers that they must make sure that they listen to the lifeguards and obey the lifeguards at the beaches. The drownings that we have had so far are outside our bathing areas, some of them even after hours. Our lifeguards are deployed as early as 7 o'clock in the morning, which should be up to 7 o'clock in the evening. But we extend hours because we know that bathers are in the water until 8 p.m. But we can't extend hours beyond 8 p.m. because of visibility, which will put in danger our lifeguards as well. And we always implore our bathers that do not be closer to the water after hours when it's dark, because we're unable to monitor. But also in areas where that are not bathing areas, do not swim in those areas. Only swim in the areas that are designated by the lifeguards. But there seems to be a lot of deviations, and all the drownings that we've had so far are either alcohol related or beyond the control of the municipality.
Not only that, but seemingly the bed and breakfast owners are crying foul with the number of bookings that have declined, particularly this year. How confident are you that the numbers are going to pick up as we approach the New Year's celebrations?
I think, Zolani, let's not isolate Nelson Mandela Bay from the general economic climate in the country, which affects everyone, affects people touring or being in Nelson Mandela Bay during the summer season. But we do expect large numbers of people from tomorrow. Some of the bed and breakfast have confirmed through our tourism association that they are almost 80 to 90% capacity. But I think the worrying factor is that these are short-term stays, only for the New Year's Day or 2 days. Ideally, we would like people to spend more time in Nelson Mandela Bay, but we're hoping that the current economic climate throughout the country is going to make a turn, and that in the next December or summer season, we will make sure that they reap the rewards of being in Nelson Mandela Bay.
MCC, if I may just ask you to come closer. MCC Zolani Moya. Ma'am, if I can just ask you this question. I know that you played a very instrumental role, in terms of launching this festive season program. Are you happy? What are your expectations so far? Are you happy with the logistics?
Yes, I'm very happy with the logistics, as UET has said. Remember, me and Safety and Security, we work hand in hand when it comes to this time of the year. So we did do our homeworks in terms of deploying SABC. Bylaws are being implemented. People no drink and swimming in the sea. So we are really ready with
Not only that, MMC, seemingly litter has become a major problem, particularly after the festive season, particularly after the New Year's celebration. What plans do you guys have in terms of educating the public?
We do have programs that we do go to schools and educating our children throughout the year. It's not a program of summer season only. It's a program that we do have throughout the year in doing campaigns and do not litter, do not drink in the sea and all that stuff.
That was the MMC Zolani Moya telling us how delighted he is about the success of this, and then about the success of this program, and it is obviously provided a positive dividends thus far.